Good afternoon and welcome to Rotary. Although it has been a very trying year for all of us, the Waco community has actually had some very good news, reaping rewards of years of investment from the larger business community. Today, we hope you enjoy hearing a recap of this good news from our own Rotarian, Kris Collins, who's Senior Vice President of Economic Development at the Greater Waco Chamber. Until then, as a reminder, we are engaging in much of our usual routine online, and we hope by hearing our national anthem, saying the pledge, and praying together helps to put you in the spirit of serving in Rotary. So we hope you enjoy this rendition of the national anthem with a winter theme. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you'll please bow your heads with me. Almighty God, you created this good world in which we find ourselves. Help us to live so that our gratitude and thanksgiving may be self-evident daily. We invoke your grace upon us. Although we cannot share a meal today, help us remember those who are hungry and for us to feel grateful for the fact that food is plentiful for us. And although we cannot be together for fellowship, help us remember those who are isolated and truly alone, and help us be grateful for the friends and family that we all enjoy. May we go forth to achieve our common goal of service above self. Amen. We are also engaging in our student guest program virtually this year. We send students, we do select 2 students from each high school, and they provide a video for us. And we also send them a video about Rotary and a brochure about Rotary. So we do appreciate all of the coordination that it takes to get these videos from students. And our today's student guests are from Bosqueville High School.
Hi, my name is Emery McDonough, and I am a senior here at Bosqueville High School. My family includes my parents, Veronica and Brian McDonough, my 2 brothers, Cody and Will McDonough, and my sister-in-law, Brittany Field. At school, I've participated in many events over my 4 years. I played volleyball, cross country, basketball, track, and softball. I also participate in FCA, FCCLA, UIL, National Honor Society, and I am part of the yearbook staff. Outside of school, I enjoy spending my time volunteering in the community. I mainly serve at Renew Church. That is my church where I am also a youth member of. And above all else, I enjoy playing softball. I spend lots of time practicing and playing games all over the country. So that's just a little bit about who I am. And in the future, I am planning on playing softball at Baylor, where I'm going to be studying nursing. And so thank you for letting me share a little bit about me, and I hope you have a good day.
Hello everyone, my name is Madison Walker and I'm from Bosqueville High School. I was born and raised in Waco, Texas because my parents, Teresa and Charles, were born and raised in Waco, Texas. We loved living here so much that they decided to bring up my brother Tyler, my sister Caitlin, and I here as well. Some of my favorite school activities are being a yearbook editor, being a peer tutor, and being a part of National Honor Society. I'm also a state qualifier in UIL and powerlifting. Some of my favorite community activities are volunteering at my grandmother's church's disciple camp and hanging out with my buddies at Special Olympics. When I graduate this year, I plan on attending the University of Texas to study molecular biology. My ultimate career goal is to earn my medical degree and my PhD so that I can conduct medical research on cancer and cystic fibrosis. Thank you so much for giving me this honor, and I thank everyone that has helped me get here today. Thank you, and go Bulldogs.
Appreciate Susie Pagel and her committee for continuing to arrange those videos. It's really neat to see how students are continuing to thrive during this trying time. We're really happy for them and glad to know about these great Waco students. It's now my pleasure to introduce Matt Metters, our chair of the day. As I was preparing for this meeting today, I was reviewing Matt's bio, and I cannot believe that it's been since 2012 when I met Matt on the search committee for the Greater Waco Chamber to hire him there. Since that time, Matt has galvanized local businesses in several campaigns and led the Greater Waco Chamber to new levels of accomplishment. So even though both of us are a little bit older than when we met so many years ago, I know that we are really pleased to have Matt as a part of our community. And I'm going to turn it over to him to introduce our speaker and program today.
Ashley, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. It's my great pleasure today to be able to join you and to be able to introduce Kris Collins. Kris Collins is Senior Vice President, Economic Development, leads the Regional Economic Development Team at the Greater Waco Chamber. She joined the Chamber in 2005 and assumed her current position in 2013. The award-winning Economic Development Team aims to grow Waco through job creation and increasing investment in Waco's diverse economic sectors as outlined in the Build Greater Waco Strategic Plan, which focuses on prospect development, business and talent recruitment, retention, workforce development, high impact entrepreneurship, marketing, research, and product development for the 270,000 population Greater Waco region. Since implementing its strategic focus on economic development in 2006, Greater Waco has seen nearly $2 billion in new capital investment through the expansion of its existing industry base and the attraction of new business to the community. Working with the Waco Industrial Foundation, Kris manages acquisition, disposition, and development of a $50 million, 1,500 acre real estate portfolio to enhance the competitiveness of Greater Waco. In addition, she serves as the Executive Director of the McLennan County Spaceport Development Corporation, founded in 2015 to expand the commercial space industry within the Greater Waco region. Collins serves on the board for the Texas Economic Development Council and is engaged in regional, state, and national professional organizations aimed at increasing awareness of the Greater Waco region. Kris holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in government from the University of Texas at Austin. And deep in her heart, she wishes that she would have had an opportunity to go to Indiana University. She and her husband, Heath, are the parents of 2 boys. Kris, floor is yours.
Well, thank you, everybody. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here today. A lot certainly has changed since I started in 2005 with the Chamber and went I don't know how many of y'all know this, but I went to high school locally at Conley High School and actually was on the challenge team, the Rotary challenge team, and a Rotary scholarship recipient. So it's really amazing to be able to be a part of this in my professional world now, and glad to be able to give back to students moving forward too. So I'm going to turn my camera off and I'm going to share my screen. That's what you want to see today. So today we are going to visit about our community's economic success in the midst of a pandemic. And it really has been a remarkable year, unprecedented in so many ways, but a remarkable year of success that nobody could have predicted. I just want to set the table a little bit of where we were and what we were planning on for the 2020 year. February was an exciting month for us. Our economic index hit an all-time high of 134.6, and this is a tool that we utilize in partnership with First National Bank of Central Texas and the Waco Trib on a monthly basis to gauge how the community is growing or contracting in certain areas. And so we really felt, going into this year, it was going to be a great year. And then we started off great with an expansion announcement with Holt, Texas, looking to take over the former Caterpillar manufacturing facility that had been previously vacated, coming in with a $33 million investment, adding 100 new skilled positions. And we were really, really excited about that. And then our vision for 2020 got derailed, like so many other businesses and individuals. And it was unprecedented what happened. We went from having one of the lowest unemployment rates amongst our peer cities and in the state of Texas at 3.3% in February. And by April, we had hit 10.6%, which we had not been at that rate ever. Even in the midst of the Great Recession, we were below that number. So it was really unprecedented. And what this is just showing you is where we were in the early part of the year, where we hit in April, and then what's happened from an unemployment perspective since that time. And it really has to think about, we're sitting at 5.4% unemployment now. To recover more than five percentage points in that period of time, it's pretty outstanding, and really goes to the diversity of our economy. You can see that our friends in Midland, Odessa are really struggling there. Their unemployment rate's still above 8% right now. You have some other folks in the Killeen Temple area, also higher than average, along with the Tyler areas. And we're fortunate that we've had a lot of growth in our community over the past years, that we have diversification of our industry bases, and that's really helped us to push forward in the midst of this year. So here's what happened in April. You saw just about everything from a monthly perspective, everything moved into the negative. Retail spending, automotive spending, of course, hotel, motel with the impacts to our hospitality industry, just everything went into a negative. And the only areas that had positive activity really were, there was building permits that were issued that month, and the dollar, but a lot of it was just year-over-year year-to-date activity that had been pushed forward by really strong January, February, and the first part of March. So we did not see a tremendous amount of growth occurring in the early points of COVID-19. And that was because we were shut down. But from an economic development perspective, our work continued. We were continuing to receive attraction inquiries. We were pushing and proposals out the door. We were hosting on-site attraction visits, and we did that virtually, of course. We were not conducting business retention visits as an organization. Instead, we had shifted to weekly industry phone calls with different industry sectors to engage the group together and help them share best practices, hear from a larger group all at once to see how we could assist. But we certainly had businesses that were reaching out to us on a regular basis to see how we could provide them with assistance in various ways. But we zoomed into new business practices. This is actually one of the site visits that we were on, and I can show you this one because we ended up announcing it. But it was really great to be able to share about our community in a virtual way. And then we adapted further with the way that we conducted business visits. This was the very first site visit that we hosted post the major impacts of COVID taking place. You can see it's outside. Everyone was masked up. We had everything positioned from a social distancing perspective. And it really forced us to change the way in which we do business, but I think ultimately in a very positive way. We push forward with marketing efforts, trying to showcase the whole aspect of our community. And what's happened since then is that our economy is recovering. So you can see we had our all-time high in February of 4.6. We came down in March, April, May was a dip, and then we've started recovering since then. In October, we hit 132.4, still below where we were, but a 1.2% increase over where we were in September. So little by little, step by step, we're getting there. So there's a lot of difference. I really color code things to help me see things quickly. And so the green means that things were in a positive. And you'll remember what the chart that we looked at from April, there was very little green in there, but we can see that retail spending is up, automotive, the area that we consistently see is being impacted is our hospitality industry. And that's going to continue to be slower to come back. And of course, we expect that to be the case. And as things roll out with the vaccine and things shift, we know that that'll change. But I think that when we've talked about a V-shaped recovery and a Nike swoosh and a K. I really liken their recovery more to like the Volkswagen symbol. You have one group that is down and they're the V coming back up, and then you have the hospitality industry that's much more it's going to have some ups and downs with it over time. But we know that if you think about our hotel occupancy went down some 70% in the April timeframe, and now it's back up to 26% down. That's a lot of recovery in a short period of time for an industry that has been significantly impacted because of lack of travel. So looking at what does that mean when we talk about growth in the midst of a pandemic? We've announced 11 projects this year that will result in the creation of over 1,500 new jobs. We've had a combination of new businesses that are entering our market, as well as expansions by some existing businesses. And together, those existing companies represent 1,122 retained jobs in the marketplace. We've had over $400 million worth of capital investment announced for 2020, and over 3.2 million square feet of real estate either absorbed or new construction associated with that. And I just want to put that into perspective for everyone. Well, a good solid year for us is 500 new jobs. It's $100 to $150 million in capital investment. It's 500,000 square feet of new or existing space absorbed. So the numbers that we're looking at are 3 to 5 times where we would normally see these things. And it's just been an unprecedented year for us in the level of activity that we've seen. I'm so proud of my team. They haven't missed a beat, and we've really pushed forward in a lot of great growth that's been occurring here. The absorption of existing space, you're going to see that that's going to get harder and harder for us. But the great thing is we have new construction that's occurring. We have 2.7 million square feet of new construction that's either underway or will be underway as of next year. So what does that look like? We had, we started with Holt Cat in a great year of taking over 200,000 square feet. Aspen Custom Trailers is a Canadian custom trailer manufacturer that will be, that's under construction right now in Texas Central Park. and their facility should be complete later next year. You have Ryonet, which is a Washington state-based company that is consolidating multiple distribution operations across the country into Waco. They're taking over 35,000 square feet, and it's a small project to start, but with great opportunity for them. So they're a younger, innovative company, and this will be a centralized U.S. training facility for them as well once they're able to bring people back in to physically utilize the machinery that they refurbish and manufacture as part of their business line. We had Laminate Technologies that relocated within the state of Texas. Their existing community was on the decline, and they just felt like they would not have longevity for growth where they had previously been located. They have now occupied 50,000 square feet on Loop 340 behind the Richard Carr facility. 40 new jobs, most of those are actually in place now, and they're finishing out their capital investment. But a great smaller company based out of Ohio that sees our centralized community as a place for their company's future growth. And looking at expansions, we had Tractor Supply that announced a $9 million capital investment. They'll be retaining 400 employees. So their existing employment base is what they're as part of this project. You may have realized, or may not, but when Tractor Supply located into Waco, where Hillcrest currently is located, none of that was developed out. And so Corporation Parkway has seen a lot of changes in the level of traffic that moves up and down it over the years. And Tractor Supply currently has a single point of entry and exit for both its employees and its distribution activities. And it's created a lot of congestion on that road, created challenges for the company as well. And so we work together to find a solution that will provide long-term opportunities for the company to grow and that will maintain the viability of the Waco site. This is a great business that's located in Waco ISD. It generates a tremendous amount of property taxes that benefits all. And we wanted to make sure that this doesn't become a challenge for them as they're looking at where they're going to grow in the future. So a great use of economic development from a business retention perspective. We worked with Texas Meter and Device this year to relocate their corporate headquarters and assembly facility. They're going to be moving out of downtown and constructing a new facility at the corner of Gateway Boulevard and Bagby Avenue. This will be a $3.5 million capital investment for them. They'll retain their 60 Waco employees, and the company overall has well over 100 employees across the state of Texas, but Waco is their headquarter operation. It's where their key assembly and product development occurs, and we're glad to have them retaining those positions in our marketplace. Then we looked at some projects outside of Waco itself. We had Advanced Rail Systems, which is currently located in Falls County, that will be relocating just outside of Riesel in McLennan County. They're a great smaller company that develops the rail switching systems for both high speed and industrial and passenger rail across the U.S. and also internationally. 23,000 square foot facility, $2.5 million investment, relocating 20 jobs from the Falls County area into McLennan County. And then they have opportunity to bring in an additional 49 jobs over the next 3 years. So a great amount of growth for a smaller business, but we're glad to have them coming into the marketplace because they're really doing some unique things, and the level of engineering that they perform is unbelievable. We're glad to have them become part of our corporate portfolio of businesses. And then, of course, we had our Amazon announcement. This was a fantastic win for us. Over 2 million square feet, and everybody in the world has seen the construction that's underway right now. That should be done by midsummer. and operational in the fall of 2021. They'll hire out 1,000 permanent employees over a 2-year period, bringing on about 500 in 2021 and the balance in 2022. $200 million capital investment. This is the largest single capital investment that we've seen by private industry ever in McLennan County outside of the Sandy Creek Power Plant. So they're a great corporate partner. We've really enjoyed our work with them to date, and just knowing that they're coming into the community and that they'll be bringing additional jobs and opportunities for our citizens is a great thing, especially when we're still sitting at a higher than average unemployment rate for our market. Last, not last, but if a few other projects that we have underway right now, we have Envasis that announced earlier this month. It's a $100 million capital investment. This is a Mexico-based company that is looking to expand its operations into the United States. They already do a lot of business here. And one of the things that COVID has created is the need to have supply chain awareness, and this creates the opportunity for within a company's portfolio of business to better meet the needs of their customer base. So this will be the company's very first U.S. aluminum can production facility. It'll be 450,000 square feet, 121 new jobs. That construction will start very early in 2021. Just a very good company to work with, and this process has been really fun. The project that you see under construction there is their current facility that's under construction in Hidalgo. Be another great project coming into our market, and they're eyeing the community for opportunities for future growth as well. So we're glad to have them joining our community. And then one that is on the agenda for consideration by our city council and county commissioners tomorrow will be Hello Bello. This is a great company based out of California, young, innovative group that will be taking over the former Domtar facility in Texas Central Park. They'll be absorbing 312,000 square feet of existing space, a $31 million capital investment, and 110 new jobs, all of which will pay $15 or higher. This is a company, if you look them up, they're founded by Kristen Bell and Dak Shepard, and with a mission really to have sustainably based products at prices that people can really afford. They have a mission to really make that available to all, and we're excited to get to work with these folks. That's also a unique business because it's a subscription-based service. They do have their products in Walmart as well, but this is one where you can go and you can buy all of your baby things and have them sent to you on a monthly basis. And so it's a very unique offering, and this will be both a manufacturing and distribution and fulfillment facility. We're glad to have them joining our corporate ranks as well. So it has absolutely been a great year for us from an economic development perspective, and 2021 looks to be just as fruitful. We have 13 really strong projects in our pipeline, primarily in the manufacturing, distribution, and professional services world. Those represent over 4,000 new potential jobs that could be coming our way. We're running low on existing space to put people. So the majority of what you see here is 4.9 million square feet of new construction, over $1 billion in new potential investment. And from a team perspective, we're really going to be focused on external marketing, talent building, assets for our continued growth. And we have to have buildings in existence or plans that we can put in front of people to showcase that this is an area where you can bring your business and be successful. And we really are looking at that all of our citizens in the area that want to take advantage of what's going on have the opportunity to do that, partnering with our education providers on training opportunities to ensure that we have a workforce where our citizens can take advantage of the job growth that's occurring, and that our businesses have a strong pipeline of talent moving forward for their own longevity. So that's my good news for the year, and I'm so glad. I'd be happy to answer any questions that anybody might have as well, if you want to throw those in the chat.
So we'll give it a second to see if there's any questions. Where will the CAN facility be?
That's going to be in Texas Central Park. If you know where the former Sherwin-Williams facility is, on Waco, it'll be at the very back end of Waco there.
We'll give it a second for other questions for Kris. I think you've just stunned everyone because of what's going on, Kris. It's really exciting to hear about all the neat things that are going on. We've got another question. Where will Hello Bello be located? There's a couple other questions there. So where's Hello Bello?
Sure. Hello Bello is going into 2101 Texas Central Parkway in the former Domtar and AHP diaper manufacturing facility.
There's another question. I'm not sure this is, you can answer this. How are the lower taxes affecting the Heart of Texas complex?
Well, Judge Felton talked about that a little bit yet on Friday in his, Thursday in his State of the City County. He did indicate that it's not necessarily that lower taxes. It's the bonding for the venue with the Heart of Texas venue expansion has been impacted by lower hotel occupancy receipts. So they're working through that right now, but their projections for with a recovery indicate that they're still going to be strong in pushing forward on that.
And then any indicators if the housing market is keeping up with the amount of new companies, or will we need more?
I think that, when we look at the the housing market, and Stuart can probably talk to this better than anybody else, the level of inventory that's available right now is very low. And I think that's going to continue to push the new construction market forward. There's some pressures out there, and just reading through what's going to happen in the projected to happen. Lumber costs are really high right now, but there's expected that market will come down hopefully in the May 2021, and that hopefully will help bring down the price increases that we're seeing too.
Another question is on prospects that did not choose Waco. Is there a common concern that's listed?
I think some of the concerns that we've seen are related to really highly capital intensive projects that are something like manufacturing, where we see hundreds of millions of dollars of new investment potential there. But our Texas in general is a little bit harder to deal with in those types of projects because we are a property tax driven state. And so it's not necessarily that it's an issue with our community. It's more that it's a taxing issue at the state level that pushes to the local level.
Okay. Well, Kris, I really thank you so much for what you do at the Chamber, to you and Matt both. We know it's really exciting to hear about this great year that we've had, but that happens after years and years of building and working really hard. And so we appreciate all those efforts and for giving us some really good news as a way to close out our Rotary year today. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. We'll close the meeting with the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. But before we do that, we will welcome everybody to have a wonderful holiday season. We won't be meeting again until January. We are going to meet virtually in January. We have 2 meetings scheduled. And on the 11th, the first Monday that we have scheduled, we're going to hear from our new mayor, Dylan Meeks. So you don't want to miss that. Make sure you mark your calendar. And now please join me for the four-way test of the things that we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thanks for joining us today, and Rotary is adjourned.